don't fuck with you.
It's just like pretty much like
Me with how it seems,
you do a
kind of
prune
big, like
juice,
how
and you don't see any stringy
collard greens.
fibers in there.
Ain't no rhyme or reason, just
The
need to squeeze
nectar
collard greens.
effect.
Ain't no rhyme or reason.
Effect of the prune having been blended and pressed out, separating whatever pulp there may be after you've blended enzymes in it, or fiber in it. So this is why the prune juice, like, it works wonders. So I recommend a hit of that, like, before your fast. So if you know that you're pretty toxic, you're pretty overloaded, and you're going into a fast, whether it's a weekly fast or a lunar fast, a seasonal fast, or one of these life fasts that I'm embarking on right now. So like right at about now, like 2 days, 3 days before the fast, then you want to hit some prune juice. But don't buy the commercial prune juice that's made with prune concentrate, prune juice concentrate, reconstituted with water. Or even, if you can get around even buying the one that is pure extracted 100% prune juice, that was not made from concentrate. They juiced the prune, or they blended the prune with water and pressed it out, rather than using a concentration of prune juice itself. So yeah, so to be able to hit prune juice, say tonight, would be perfect. But I'm like bypassing all of that kind of stuff right now, because I'm in the position where I really don't feel that I need it. I don't need a laxative. I don't need an herb, and that's why I've been eating scientifically for these past couple of weeks, from when I announced, on the 1st of May, that I'm going to hit this 73-day fast starting on the 15th of May right up to the 24th of July, which is the day that I'm going to break the fast, because I'm going to break the fast, or the feast, I should say. I'm going to break my juice feast on the 24th of July, where I'm going to introduce something in my system other than filtered juice. So who knows? Around that time, some serious mangoes are going to be kicking. So more than likely, I'm going to find the most primo mango, and that's my Earth Day gift. That's my Earth Day gift. The 24th of July. Just do a mango mono. No juice, no water, coconut water, anything like that, and just boom. Because now when you do it like this, you're going to actually push the bottom out. So who knows? I may even go more than the 1 day of just the mango mono, because if the mangoes are kissing, I might just do a few days of the mango mono, right when I break that fast, rather than just 1 day. So this is the energy. This is the energy, that I love to be able to continue sharing with you in these conversations. It's basically about, the life of Aris, where I came from, where I've been, where I am, and how I got here, So how I got here to this moment today, now it's time for me, as I mentioned to you, I got to this moment here now today, where I want to put some liquid in my body, but I want to chew. I want to chew. Yesterday, the salad that I had yesterday, I had plantain in it. I had baby romaine lettuce, or baby lettuce mix, with the red romaine, the green, and a couple of other types of baby lettuces. So it was the plantain, the lettuce. I dropped an avocado in there because for the past few days I've been absolutely avoiding processed fat. So no olive oil, no olive oil. I want my fat fresh, or as fresh as I can get it. So rather than doing the even the nuts, trying to do some tahini or almond cheese butter, or cashew cheese or anything like that. No. So my fat was just strictly avocado. The day before, my fat in my salad was ackee. Aki, excellent, excellent. So I did an Aki rumble, and tossed in with that my tomato, and the Aki rumble recipe. That's a recipe I really look forward to sharing with you, all of you Aki lovers, Aki curious ones, and who can have access to Aki, especially, the fresh Aki or even dehydrated Aki, which is, by the way, one of the products you should look forward to that's going to be coming out, in our line of products, once we get the product line rolling out on the market. Aki, you never seen an Aki yet. You're going to be able to have Aki can done, and not only say the dehydrated Aki, but even the frozen Aki. So yes, look out for our frozen box. Eventually, we're gonna be, hitting you up with box of freshly frozen, exciting, exotic fruits. Hey, look out, and other things. So anyway, that's a side note that just want to give you a heads up so you can get ready. But still moving forward, like right now, in the salad, besides those ingredients that I mentioned to you, I put some dulse, some dulse seaweed in there. I even put tomatoes, some nice locally grown cherry tomatoes, lots of scallions went in there. And also I put a spice blend in there. I put a spice blend, our house spice, the sun-fired house spice, the spice that I blended up for my family, for anyone who comes to the house. Because if you get into my house, you definitely got to be family. Because, we live on a certain level that, the word, the terminology, mi casa es su casa, which is what we say in Panama in Spanish. Mi casa es su casa. My house is your house. That's the way Grandma raised us up. Because anybody dropped in the house, they definitely family. And if she shared out 50 dishes and 2 more people came in, she divide those 50 now into 52. Okay? So this is how it is. So you make it to the house, you're definitely family. And so for today, doing my liquid chew, I have a very interesting vegetable here. I got 2 root vegetables for my chew. So you might call this my lunch. Yeah. So got to come back to you. A little inner flow was coming in, but yeah, this is what is called a watermelon radish. A watermelon radish. So the heat of this radish with the cooling jicama. So these 2 roots, because they grow closer to the surface of the earth, they contain no starch. Very, very, very minimal complex carbohydrate. You take these types, or if you can't find the watermelon radish, please don't buck. Just go get the daikon radish. Get the little red radish. Get whatever radish you can find, in your neighborhood. And jicama is an excellent root. You can't find the jicama, don't go out of your mind. Don't go out of your way. Well, you can go out of your way if it's possible in this immediate, vortex that we're living in. If you can hit to the neighborhood, because most of the jicama that are available commercially, they're coming out of Mexico. It's one of those gems that Mexico have gifted to the world, a starchless root. So my jicama, I actually put it in my vegetable juice. It's so full of water, and because it has no starch, no complex carbohydrate, guess what? The jicama water or jicama juice is sweet. It's sweet. For a root, is sweet. Yeah, we come about other sweet roots like carrots and beets and things like that. And yes, we do know, based on my observation, based on teachings of some great masters, that yes, the carrot is a hybrid root. Ah, so is the beet, so is the potato, so is the yam, so is the sweet potato, so is the turnip, so is the jicama. Roots, they all are hybrid, especially those tubers, the ones that are tube-like. The ones that are tube-like. So be careful. So if you threw out the carrot already, I suggest you might want to throw all the other roots out with it. Especially those potatoes that a lot of you, really bank on, very heavily. But still, that's a whole nother subject. That's a whole nother time and place. Right now, with the jicama, I just peel, and see that? I pull the skin. You just pull it. Yeah, it just peels basically like a mango. See that? Peels like an avocado. So we pull that skin. See that? Pull that skin right off of the jicama. So I keep going around and pull that jicama. Let me try from the bottom side and see how the pull we get. Pretty much it's about the same pull, but this is the best way to peel it. That way, the fiber that's right under the skin, you want to get rid of the skin pretty much in all of your root vegetables, because they're coming out of soil, and with the crevices, all this little stuff here, and you see that darkness in there, there's bacteria in there. A lot of us, are really heavy now on being spy conscious. So it's amazing, we don't spy conscious, some of the fast food joint, when we go buy their French fries, you're not gonna see nothing. You're not gonna know the origin of those French fries. So it's about time now. The food industry is going to be taking a whole nother leap when it comes to really looking at our food chain, and seeing where did my jicama actually come from. There's that, we are in that digital era, that digital space where you can, of course, your commercialized stuff, you can like really, get to the point where, you can just scan it, with an app, and it tells you who grew your jicama, which farmer, where did that jicama come from, and then it gives you the story about that farmer. So look out, these are the type of technology that we are pursuing as well, in the branded line that we're going to be sharing with you. So here, my jicama is peeled. My jicama is peeled. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to slice the jicama. We'll do it this way. Just, ideally a mandolin will be excellent to do this. So here, I got 2 slices of jicama right here. See that? And look at the fibers running all through these. So I'm gonna make a sandwich. Give me a break. Give me a break. I'm making a jicama red or watermelon radish sandwich. See that? Hey, look at my meat. Look at my radish meat right inside there. So that satisfies my crunch. Right there. You can shred the jicama. So like if you're doing like how you would shred up carrots, grate it. So there's many ways you can enjoy this. But look at that, and a lot some of you out there with the fake mind, you might say, oh man, that looks like a what do you call it, a salmon sandwich. Heck no, this is not a salmon sandwich, and we're not trying to imitate no salmon sandwich. We're not trying to imitate no dead food, no killer food. Yes, it's got, it's got, that omega fatty acid, fats in it. So who needs that? Living on this level, you don't need to eat, fish coming out of the sea with the big thick fat in it. You know, we're trying to really look away from fat, you know, and that's where I'm at right now. Minimum fat. If I need some fat, I'll juice my mature coconut and get me some coconut cream. What the heck I'm trying to do, trying to drink some fish oil? Hey, I got flaxseed oil. You know, I can just take flaxseed, soak them in water overnight in the fridge or even outside the fridge, and in that water you have flaxseed oil right in the water. So we don't need to go deep. We don't need to go deep. Nature already has provided for us. But of course, if you've abused the system, if you have destroyed it and you've endangered it, then yeah, some of these types of, you know, radical, you know, deals might be really your best shot, you know, to get you out of the hole. You know, but once you get out of the hole, kind of sandwich you should be enjoying. And it's non-stimulating. It's not sugary, it's not sweet. The jicama, I said, it's like eating water. Literally. It has no flavor. But that radish gives it a little bite. Gives it that little hit. So I don't need to butter the bread and, you know, olive oil and anything with it. If anything, some fresh coconut cream or a slice of avo. Drop a slice of avo in there. But I'm trying to hold off on my fat within this week till when I go into the dinner mode. You know, because when I do hit the fat, I want to have some green leaves with it. I want to have that electromagnetic, stabilizing, balancing food that's coming on with it. You know, so lots of bush, you know, with my fat. You know, so I got to definitely, you know, be bushing the fat. So this is it. This will do me to satisfy that crunch, hydrate me, and also give me some fiber, because this is what it's all about. Fiber to push, because it's amazing to see what goes on. Really what's been going on for the past 2 weeks is like my system has just been unloading. Just amazing to see when you put in. It's like this morning when I dropped the load, I dropped about 3 loads this morning, but the main one that I dropped, which was the last one, I see the watermelons from actually this morning. This morning. I saw the ones from yesterday. Those came out in the first load this morning, because it's the 2 different variety of watermelons. The one that I had yesterday was, you know, the big long one with hundreds of seeds in it. This one was a little smaller, you know, still oval type shape, you know, not elongated like that big long one with tons of seeds in it. But it did have a few seeds, and not only you know, these few black seeds, but it still had some seeds that was still not fully mature. So it was, you know, somewhat of an earlier melon, which was good, you know, which was good. And that's what I had this morning. So it just zipped through the system like water. Serious like water, but the one that came out earlier. So imagine, you know, eating melon, say, at 7 o'clock this morning, and by 11 o'clock, 4 hours, it's in the tank. I dropped it. So there wasn't a lot to bore through, you know, because the system again has been unloading, past 13 days, been unloading. So this is how we approach this type of lifestyle. This is how we approach this type of movement. So what I'm going to do, because I've been watching, you know, a whole bunch of stuff coming up, questions and things like that. Sherry Copa, I love you talking about evacuating. Yes, Sherry. You know what it's about. That's really the most crucial act of all the acts that the digestive tube, the digestive tunnel, has to perform for us. The most crucial one is the evacuation act, the elimination act, dropping the dung, getting that load out. Uh, so, yeah, someone taking notes, I see. Yes. Okay. So, yeah, it's a little challenging, really trying to keep up with questions like this. Uh, yeah, it's a little challenging trying to keep up with because your take on apple cider vinegar. My take on apple cider vinegar, once you culture a food like a fruit, what you have done, but it's interesting. They culture grapes and they call it wine. They culture apple and they call it vinegar. So, what is the difference between a vinegar and a wine? It is basically an apple wine still. It is basically an apple wine still. These things are very helpful because the enzymatic activity in the culturing process, the enzymatic activity is increased. So for those of you who know you have been eating in a very corrupt way, these things are very useful or very helpful. But if you know that you've been clean, you've been as pure as you can go, I don't see why you should bypass the lemon and go deal with apple cider. I don't see why you should pass by the lemon are fresh. It has vitamins in it. It has other elements in it. It has the liberty in it. It has the prana in it. Apple cider vinegar can't compete. Not in my book. Not in my body. So I do buy apple cider vinegar, but you should see what I do with my apple cider vinegar based on where I live. I put a spray. I take the cap off, put a cap in there with a spray. They move out of town. They move out of town. That's not supposed to be harmful. Chemicals and all these things around them. You spray this, they're like they get up and move. So, you know, take notes from our fellow creatures. Yes, we can withstand the toxicity, a little tender beings. So, but you can imagine what's going on in this perpetual chain of interconnectedness that we live in, that we are actually doing. Uh, yeah, see what's going on my screen right here, and then with all the whites that I'm wearing and my white background, and your typing is in white. Duffy cook with intention, and yeah, cook with intention, gratitude, love what you cook. Whoa, whoa, whoa! This thing is moving too fast. It was on black something. I missed the. Yeah, so uh, being on the live, keeping up with these things is as smooth and friendly, because when you have to look to these small screens, but this uh, IG live, puts us into this small little micro box they call a phone. Have to squint and really make an extra effort to read the screen. I just I just move away. I move away. But we have, things coming. We have things coming. We're going to be moving, looking forward that, things should be in place next week where we can move you onto a whole different platform, that would be more of a classroom setting. And we will maintain this session here just the way we've been doing it and keeping it free, even though the donations, the contributions have not been flowing accordingly. But, we just keep sending out more blessings and more love to you. And it just means I had to work, those little extra hours, and, where I am. If you know anything about where I am, I'm in the Cayman Islands. And, the Cayman Islands supposed to be tax-free, but it's tax-free on the back end, but on the front end, they tax you nice and sweet, so import duty. So buying, importing like about 6 little cables for the computer, the phone, the cameras, and stuff like that we're working with, that over there may have cost, about $100, and then to ship it to me, it was about $100+ just to ship it down here, and then for me to clear it from customs, it was about another $75. So some little, $70, $80 worth of cord, we're paying over $200. But yeah, no, I could dig deeper into the back left pocket, because I keep my money in my left pocket. I keep my money in the left pocket because, anything about the left hand based on traditional African culture, it's not a hand that you extend, you extend your right hand. But I had to reach in the back pocket because that's where I keep my bigger bills in order to pay these things, since the contributions, the donations are not flowing accordingly. But we're going to remedy that, and we're not asking you right now to even send donations. We're not going to make any appeals on that level anymore. We're just going to move with you accordingly, because it's really about the spirit that you share with us. We share it with you. And since we did not assign a value to these lectures and keeping them free, asking for donation, takes away the freeness of it. So, but we have other product that will be coming your way quite soon, because we really want to keep the blessings flowing, and I want to keep living the life, without having to interrupt, my teaching capacity, because this fuels me a lot. I get paid just by teaching, because a lot of what you hear that even came out of me in this session, I'm a griot, so let the ancestors speak. I'm a wide open vehicle for this type of information, and I perk up my ears too, to the words that are coming through me, so it's a blessing to be able to share with you. So keep the questions coming, but ideally we ask you to email the questions to us. So you want to email those questions to sunfired@sunfired.com. So all questions, for them to really be taking, as serious as they are, it's important that you email them to sunfired.com, because it's a lot to be able to even hire someone to go through this fast moving screen just to record, these questions. So let's do us a favor by sending your question in writing, and then we would tailor, the upcoming sessions to address, those questions. So yeah, you are welcome. All of you that are shouting out with the big loves on the screen and the big thank yous and all of that. I know you appreciate it. I know you appreciate me. And it's about appreciate loving, each other. So on the ascension, steady on the ascension. So when we meet again a week from today, I would be in the fast mode. I would be in the feast mode. So I will be feasting on juices when we meet again. As I begin this Friday, uh, my juice feast. Uh, so again, I'm going to be drinking a minimum of a gallon of fresh juice every day, and focusing on the foods that are available in my environment. So, mostly fruits, mostly fruits. Uh, Doing the vegetables, I'm definitely going to be blending them with coconut water, but my main focus is mango juice, mango blended with coconut water, and definitely hitting the watermelon as so desire as well, and other fruits, because this is like fruit time right now. The papayas, the berries, the langsat, the passion fruit. Woo! Yeah, so yeah, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be mango, passion juice. One day, 2 days, 3 days, who knows how many days. Guavas are gonna be coming in as well. So as they come in, I'm gonna spike, my mango feast with some of these exciting, local accents here in tropical paradise, which I call private island paradise, and yeah, just keep living, keep growing, keep sharing, and keeping the system clean, keeping my temple as clean as possible, not polluting it, and sifting through, scraping out, scratching out, you know, removing, any rubbish, any waste, that, is in the system for whatever reason, however it got there, through the atmosphere, through the air, through touching or whatever, breathing, inhaling, hey, and then having to be, still having to buy, big agribusiness, commercially produce, varieties of produce, especially the vegetables. That's why it's like, a fruitarian is like a glorious step for me, so just be as frugivorous as I possibly can is like, melody to my heart. It's harmony to my organs, to all of my body systems, uh, work in great tandem, when the chores, their task, is shared in a very harmonious way, and one doesn't have to overburden the other because it fell out of sync, as a link. There are many links, within our existence, just within our body, and we working in harmony so we don't overburden, overtax, overload, overuse and abuse, certain systems, certain organs, within our life. You know, the blood, that super transportation highway that takes oxygens to all the cells and bring back the waste is crucial. Let's keep that highway clear of clutter, clear of obstructions, clear of blockages. And if